Hi again. Today is February 26th, and it's the 7th week of this year's session. We film these videos in my office, and so today we're filming it in front of this beautiful quilt. It was made by 3 quilters in Fairbanks, and I got the quilt at an Alaska Miners Association banquet. It was a live auction item, and it is so eye-catching. You can actually see it from the hallway outside the office, and as visitors walk by, they often will stop in because they've seen the quilt and they want to look at it more closely. So it's kind of fun. This last weekend, I spent 24 hours in Anchorage, and it was busy, but great. I had a 2-hour meeting with folks that administer healthcare clinics, not only in Anchorage, but there was someone there from the Kenai as well. And they were just talking about healthcare costs with me and how we can ramp those costs down. So it was a very productive meeting. I am looking forward to what I believe the group will do next, and that is bring together a working group on this subject so that we can all work together to find solutions to the exceedingly high cost of healthcare in Alaska. After that meeting, I spent a couple hours doing some sing-along of very, very old songs at the Pioneers Home, where I went to visit my mother. They have some great activities there, and it was fun to watch seniors remember the words from so very long ago, from their youth, as we sang some great old songs. On Saturday evening, I was honored to receive a recognition from Safari Club International as their Legislator of the Year. So that was a great surprise and quite an honor. You know, one of the things I think people don't realize is that our hunting community is actually very much interested in conservation of our wildlife resources and the management of those wildlife resources for abundance, which is part of our Constitution. So, in any case, it was a great honor. An additional honor was their recognition of my Senate Resources Committee Aide as Committee Aide or Legislative Aide of the Year. Ike Giessel received that recognition, and it was, again, a great surprise and very much appreciated. This coming week, we're going to be welcoming the new senator from the Mat-Su. You may have seen in the news that Mike Shower has been appointed to that position, and so I'm looking forward to meeting him and working together with him on our public policy. There is a school-based clinic having a grand opening this week at Bartlett High School. And I point this out because these school-based clinics, there are now actually 3 of them in the Anchorage School District, are making a tremendous difference for our students. Yes, physical care, health care is provided, but so is behavioral health care, and that's a key component. Our students these days and our teachers are challenged by very difficult situations sometimes in families, and offering those services in the school can make a huge difference for the students' school performance, as well as just life going forward. Lastly, I am continuing to work on budget issues. That's a question I get often. I serve on the Budget Subcommittee for the Department of Environmental Conservation and the Department of Natural Resources. Now, in this newsletter, you're going to see a chart which shows the portion of the budget that is dedicated to those 2 particular departments, and you'll see they are barely discernible amounts on that chart. But I also serve on the Department of Health and Human Services Finance Subcommittee, and you see that is one of the 2 major drivers of the cost of our budget, our state's budget. We are looking at ways to improve the utilization, improve the cost so that it is not overtaking our budget. This year, that department, the Department of Health, is asking for $100 million more in the budget we approved last year. In other words, cost overruns. So these are very important issues, and I'm spending a great deal of time digging into the causes of this increase in cost, as well as looking for ways to reduce it. Thanks very much for listening. We'll see you next week.